Good morning, world. It's Friday, April the 7th, and we just left camp down there in Hauser Canyon, and we're coming up the uphill, probably about halfway. Temperatures in the low 50s. I have stripped everything off down to basic hiking attire, and another nice day coming up. Had a good sleep, and feeling good. A couple little cramps last night, but they didn't last, fortunately. So yeah, 5 miles to Lake Marina and food, and then on from there. And Hauser Creek is running full bore, so plenty of water. Haven't seen anything yet on the climb, but there might be something. Oh, and we left camp just before 6, so no headlamp needed. Alright, well, we're sneaking up on the top of the climb here, but a little note. There are a couple of campsites, 1 or 2 people sites, probably after the halfway point. So just FYI, if you need to pull up, you could do it. Otherwise, I think after the top here, as we transition, there'll be spots. There might even be 1 or 2 right at the top of this climb, which would be pretty stellar for a view. All right, 7 o'clock, and at the top of the big climb. That went well. Looking across to the road over there, trails above it. Can't really see it. So it's south. This is northbound. Eventually we'll be up in the middle of that ridge, and from there it's leveling down all the way. So saw a few people posted up about 50 yards back. So there are campsites. There's the first view of Lake Marina. So we'll probably be down there in, I don't know, 20 minutes, something like that. Mexico, that way. All right, it's definitely all downhill from here. So I think from here is about, I don't know, maybe a mile. So my earlier 20-minute mark really wasn't that close. It was more like 30 to 40 minutes. Oh, there's another view of the lake. Lots of water. San Diego apparently has rights to that water, so in dry years they just take it. Coming into the trailhead at Lake Marina, mile 20. Should be around 8 o'clock. That worked out really well, that first 20. So we'll fuel up here and for a bit, and then move on. There's the campground over there to the left. The trail peels off to the left down the road where the hikers ahead are going. I'm walking up the road to the right to the malt shop for food. It was a very comfortable 2.25 hour transit from Hauser Canyon over here, including one break for a wardrobe change. So deli should be open and cooking food. We'll find out in a minute. A little cooler down here, 57. It was in the 60s up back, I don't know, 3 miles back or so up on the ridge. So still nice. Day 2, about 10:30, looking back at a piece of Boulder Oaks, at a piece of Lake Marina campground. And we're headed out toward Boulder Oaks, 6 miles, pretty easy peasy. Take a break there, and then the goal is to head on up to Fred Canyon at mile 32. If we make that, we'll have a nice 10 into Mount Laguna for food tomorrow, and then a few miles from there to camp. So with weather like this, hell yeah. And yes, today is April the 7th, day 2. Oh, I don't know, maybe a mile or two outside of Lake Marina. There's a gradual uphill over a small hill, drop down to the bridge, first significant water crossing. Probably no issue. Do a little shoe laundry getting through, although you can walk the bridge, I guess, if you want. Gorgeous day. It's got to be high 60s right now, maybe even more. All right, this is the trail up through the rocks up over the hill I mentioned earlier. It's a kind of recovery section right here, but it's been going up. It's going to go up again, and then we'll be there to go down. All right, somewhere around mile 33, this was where I posted up in 2019 with a really good group. Saunter, Orca, a couple of brothers, and I don't think we'd met Crazy Eyes yet, but yeah, they were a good group. Saunter is from Breckenridge. Crazy good snowboarder. Anyway, this is pretty much near the top of going over this hill, at which point I'll drop down to the bridge, which I think is Cottonwood something. Alrighty, looking back into Lake Marina, and trail's going to kind of go down, kind of center frame into that canyon where I believe the bridge and road crossings are. See if I have that right. I think it does, but maybe it goes over this next little knoll. We'll see in a minute. It's hard to remember all the details, even though I've been through here a whole lot of times. All right, Boulder Oaks, here I come. And I've not seen my first rattlesnake yet, but this is the time of year where one could pop any time. So as long as it doesn't nick me, I'm happy to check it out for a moment and move on. That's kind of one of the guessing games I play. What mile will I see that first rattler? One year it was mile 5, another year it was before 127, so just never know. They're transiting anyway, so the chance you're going to see one is not very good. They do like to hide in the shade in the heat of the day, which could be next to the trail. So hopefully they sound off as you approach. All right, there's the bridge. And the trail then crosses under it and then stays on the right side of the highway all the way up to Boulder Oaks. Way in the distance, probably doesn't show on camera, but at the base of those mountains there is the the freeway, I-8, I believe. That'll be later this afternoon. Should be hitting that going up. I'll come up to a slightly interesting little section here around the bridge, probably because of all the water in the creek, but it's kind of like a little miniature forest. You can see it ahead down there. And here's the bridge. And walls for graffiti. They paint it over every year. And the local artists and then hikers will come through and tag it. See if anybody's tagged it this year. Don't see much yet. Come up to a little river crossing here. And you can get up and walk over the bridge. Not sure how much room there is for traffic, but I never have. Yeah, I haven't seen water in this creek in years, and definitely never this much. So I'll just wade across somewhere here. All right, shoes in the water. Yeah, it's decently deep. A little bit of flow. You kind of feel it. Sand wants to move your feet. So that's about the deepest, which is my calf at 5'10". So judge from there. Oh, all right. It's a flats 3 miles, I think, or less into Boulder Oaks from here. Well, there's one little tiny hump, but won't count that. There's the highway I referred to. Paralleling it pretty much all the way up to the campground. Still trekking to Boulder Oaks Campground. It's pretty this time of year. Coming up to the next creek crossing, definitely more flow than I've ever seen. It's right before the campground, maybe within, I don't know, 0.3 or something. Let's see how this works. This will definitely be a ford. All right, made it across. It was like mid-thigh, just below my shorts, right there. So I did kind of go to the right a bit. Not by much though. There's the traditional trail right through there. It's probably about the same. It's just wider. All right, that was fun. I think the deeper area is straight ahead. I saw a video where's my stick? Yeah, right there. I think this guy went around to the right of that tree and it was a little better. So I'm gonna see. Here we go. Oh, just a reference, I'm 5'10". So, all right, this is the outskirts of Boulder Oaks Campground. It's a horse campground, so they have corrals and that kind of stuff for the equestrians. That's kind of nice. And I'm here. Let's follow the road around to the kind of the traditional area. Fall toilet, water faucet, picnic tables. See what the story is this year. I know during COVID they had a camp host here to kind of regulate the situation, because I think they did not allow overnight camping. Anyway, that was then, this is now. All right, hiker site. We are here around 12:30. Nice. All right, 1:40, leaving Boulder Oaks Campground for Red Canyon, hopefully. Water at Boulder Oaks has been tested, so it's good to go. And they have vault toilet, garbage bin, shade, picnic tables. All right. Okay, I just left Boulder Oaks and walked into the freeway, zigzagged up here, and now we're going way up there, and I don't know if it shows up on film. The trail is right across there. That's when you turn the corner up there, you'll be looking down at Kitchen Creek. Probably has some cool waterfalls this year. It's about low 70s ambient temperature, a little bit of a breeze. Feels good. First view of Kitchen Creek Road, and Kitchen Creek is flowing like gangbusters down in the canyon below me. You can't see it from here. And you can always walk down the road, point 3, to fill up. It's an easier return rather than climbing back up out of the canyon, especially with a bunch of water bottles or bags full of water. My partner just filled up at a water source we walked right across on trail, so no need to do any other diversions up here. And I carried, I'm going to say, maybe a liter and a half. That's going to be plenty for me for 6 miles. So Fred Canyon, mile 32, there are 9 tents here, and we'll be the 10th and 11th if we decide to stay, but